Hi, I'm Becky Streepy from Glue and Glitter, and today we're making pesto. Y'all, this isn't just any pesto. This rich, creamy basil pesto is totally oil-free, but totally delicious. If you know me, you know that I don't shy away from using oil in cooking, so you know that if I'm sharing an oil-free recipe, that it is delicious, and this pesto is absolutely delicious. All that you need to make this pesto is about 5 minutes, a few simple ingredients, and your blender. Let's do it! The secret to this creamy oil-free pesto is avocado. This recipe is oil-free, but it is definitely not fat-free. The avocado and the cashews bring plenty of fat to the recipe, which is how this gets a rich creaminess without any oil. So toss that avocado into your blender, then add a cup of basil leaves, and that's a loosely packed cup. Now add half a cup of water and a couple of cloves of garlic to the blender. Then throw in 2 tablespoons of cashews, or you can use pine nuts if you're fancy. I like using cashews because they're more affordable and they get just as creamy in a pesto like this. You can use raw cashews or roasted, either one will work fine. Next, add a 1/4 cup of lemon juice to your blender, and then if you like, you can add a couple of tablespoons of nutritional yeast. The nutritional yeast in this recipe is optional. It adds a little bit of cheesy flavor to the pesto, which in a conventional pesto you would get from Parmesan cheese. You don't have to add it though if you don't have it or if you have trouble finding it. No worries at all, just skip it. This recipe is still delicious without it. Now it's time to blend. Puree everything up until it's nice and smooth and creamy and pourable. You may need to add a little bit of extra water to the blender. I would add it 1 or 2 tablespoons at a time until you reach that consistency that you want. The amount of water you need to add is going to vary depending on a lot of factors. That's why I start with that half cup and then say to just add as needed. The size of your avocado is going to make a difference. How tightly you pack that cup of basil is going to make a difference, right? Loosely packed is hardly science. There's going to be a little bit of variation there. Totally fine. Whether or not you use nutritional yeast will also make a difference. Nutritional yeast in sauces acts as a thickener, so if you do use the Nutri, you will probably need to add more water. Once you're finished blending, you are ready to eat. You can use this over pasta like you normally would a pesto. I also love this over quinoa with tofu and broccoli. You can use it as a dip for veggies or pieces of crusty bread. Pretty much anywhere that you think a pesto would be good, this oil-free version works great. I hope that this video has answered all of your questions about how to make this oil-free vegan pesto. If you have any questions I didn't address, feel free to drop a comment. I am always happy to help. And don't forget to rate and subscribe. Happy cooking!